Come have a quick lunch with me at Yaya's for some Asian-inspired street food and some love on Universal Orlando, one of my favorite places in the entire world. I love their style and their take on flavors. Those chairs right there at the sushi bar are absolutely awesome. So for now, I ordered the curry puffs, and while we wait for those to arrive, I want to talk to you about Universal Orlando because they're opening up this new park. And Halloween Horror Nights is next month, and it's one of the best events ever in this park. Like, this property is literally all I can think about right now. I'm a theme park nerd, but I'm not someone who grew up visiting the parks, like, as a kid with fond memories of shared moments. Like, I lived vicariously through vlogs, through the experiences of these creators, and, you know, just lived vicariously through their magic and diligently took notes on their theme park tips while I just dreamed of going into these parks. My cocktail has arrived. This is called the Miss Stephanie. I thought it was very fitting, and it is made with a honey habanero moonshine. So it's like tangy, slightly smoky, and spicy. It's so much flavor just packed into one drink, and it's so, so good. Cheers. The first time I entered a Universal park, I was actually only 10, but I remember riding the escalator down to like that lower level in Universal Studios Hollywood back when like Jurassic Park was the newest IP. But I still remember how cool the studio backlot tour was and how it made me just ask, like, how is this possible? How are people creating these kinds of experiences that legitimately can put some fear into you, like, oh my gosh, that gas truck is actually going to hit me? Like, it's just it's incredible, and it's really awe-inspiring.
It took decades before I was able to set foot in Universal property again, and when I did, it blew my mind. It was in 2021, and I knew that fan favorites like Men in Black and Transformers and like the OG ET was going to be there, complete with smell and all. But like, I still remembered that from Universal Studios to Hollywood. But I have to say that, like, nowadays, the things that the stunt performers are doing on the Born Stuntacular every day, it's something we rarely miss. In fact, last December, my 17-year-old was like, we have to hit that show. Like, we have to.
My app has come. This is the curry puff. It's about as big as my hand. It's super flaky. It's super yummy, and it's packed with all kinds of curry, awesome flavors, potato, and just, I mean, look at how flaky that crust is. It's so perfection. I've been fortunate enough to go quite frequently in the past few years, and it's really interesting because people think that like the magic and the wonder that like ooh and awe, like when you first see an area, it like diminishes because you've been multiple times. But no, it's not true. For me, like, just when I hear the sounds of the bricks like twisting and turning as I enter Diagon Alley, I still wonder at it. I loved these books and the movies so much, not only for the stories that they told, but because when I was consuming them, I was first starting to live on my own. So now I associate them with a sense of new beginning and adventure. And when I was lonely, these stories kept me company. And when I couldn't sleep, I would put the movie on. And it's incredible. And I would love to hear what your favorite stories are. If you have any connections to stories like this, like, I want to know what those are. Like, comment those down below so that we can just discuss how these incredible stories have such an impact on us. One of my favorite memories actually takes place in the Wizarding World, and it was when I took my family for the first time, and like, I already had the opportunity to see the environment and see what it was like and have those initial like first visit feels, but I got to walk in and then watch my family, my kids at the time were 15 and 7. I got to see them walk into this space, and we're big Harry Potter fans, and I just got to watch them like, whoa, this is incredible. Feel the immersion, hear the bricks, hear the ambiance and the soundtrack in the background, and just like watch them live those feelings. I have a 17-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 10-year-old, so they really range in what they want. My 17-year-old is all about thrills. My 10-year-old, like, Escape from Gringotts is about his limit, while my youngest is completely obsessed with Trolls. My main has arrived, and this is so good. It's one of my favorites. This is a spicy tuna and avocado roll that is topped with scallops and shrimp and then torched. And on top of that, there's a spicy soy and a sriracha, and it's just so flavorful. It's absolutely incredible. I love like the burst of heat and the soft, like the shrimp actually adds more texture on the outside, but the bites that you have that have scallop on top, it just adds like this buttery, just, oh, it's so good. And like the pop of Topeka on top, it's just, it's so good. Do you like sushi? Let me know. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Excuse me, I gotta go eat. This place actually really makes me miss Cowfish, which is a restaurant at City Walk. It's super tasty. There's burgers, there's sushi, there's burgushi, there's bento boxes that have like sliders and sushi. But there's just so many great dining options at City Walk, and there's dancing and live performances and the great movie escape experiences. If you like escape rooms, you have to go check that out. And I'm curious if you've been there and you've done that before. Tell me what room you've done, and if you've done both, which was your favorite. I've only done the raptor experience, but it really did feel like we were escaping raptors. It was just awesome.
All of this fantastic dining and performances and experiences, it's all steps away from the parks and like minutes away from the resorts. So there's so many options, everything's super close, and it's just really, really nice and convenient. One second. My server interrupted me and he was like, sorry, I'm just a really big Harry Potter fan and I love Jurassic Park. And it was just like, me being me, I delved in and was like, have you been to Universal? Let's talk about it. I want to know all your stories. And he's like, no, we haven't been yet, but we want to go. And then of course it was me unloading like all the tips and how, you know, you need to get a 3-park pass and you need to get a park to park kind of ticket so that you can ride the Hogwarts Express, because it's immersive and a nice relax, and it has 2 different versions. So when you go from Diagon Alley to Hogsmeade, it's one thing, and then when you go from Hogsmeade back to Diagon Alley, it's another. And just like, yeah, it's great to save money, but I can't tell you how many people I've seen at the kiosks outside of the Hogwarts Express upgrading their ticket to the park ticket because they realize they can't experience that. And it's one of the biggest things that I don't want people to miss out on. Yeah, I went off about that and I was like, stay at this resort. And when you go into Islands of Adventure, you have to go right because Seuss Landing should never be missed. I want people to experience those kinds of things. I want people to be able to enjoy that, you know, whether it's with their best friend or their partner or by themselves. I do a lot of trips by myself and I love it. I consider it my self-care. I also love to go with my husband. We talk about food and drinks and cocktails. We love going to Antojitos and we love talking about the thrills, but it's incredible. I still think one of my favorite trips with him has been Halloween Horror Nights. Last year we did opening and it was just insane. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day, a great week, a great year, a great summer, and I hope to see you guys next month at Halloween Horror Nights. Cheers.